Hello. So I got some insomnia going. Uh, Normally I crash out by 2 o'clock or 2 a.m. ideally. Um, but just like one thing leads to another, and curiosity and interest, and the I was watching a bunch of self improvement type stuff. I found some new people to follow, and there was this sort of a chain of events starting from the backwards. I'll go that way with it. I had to revisit the integrating your shadow video from externalized or something. I can't pronounce it, but I'll leave the link in the description. I just recently figured out when you hit share, you could hit copy link and just use that. Like before, I was just hitting going all the way down to Discord, and it was just like a pain in the ass to share it. It's so much easier just to hit copy link. Anyways, so integrating your shadow because someone asked me a question. Because a lot of the videos I watched are like male orientated, like a lot of the self improvements for men and stuff, which I find really helpful. But I was surprised to find someone, not trans necessarily, but is going down that route a little bit, like dipping their feet in, so to speak. And they mentioned their voice, and I just sort of I don't know. I just may left a stupid comment, whatever. And then they just they left their own little comment, and really I was just surprised to see them there. So that's why I left the comment. And there was another trans person in there too, but I guess it was like a female to male, you know. And it's just it's really weird because I feel awkward commenting on a lot of I'm following more of these type of people too, and I feel awkward because I'm not in their target audience, but I am, and it's not obvious what I am unless I say it, but I don't want to make a big deal about it because there's so much of that making a big deal about it. It's cringe. So after they left their little comment, I actually opened up a bit and wrote a decent length thing. And then I mentioned how my voice will get feminine sometimes. And they're like, oh, well, how does that work? Because they had mentioned something about there's something they're conscious about. And so that's the last thing to kind of keep me up. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to answer this person, which I'm not going to answer now because I'm just way too fucking tired. I'm realizing I'd be much better if I get some sleep first and then I try to answer. But to properly answer, I had to it's how do I put it to them? Because it really isn't a planned thing. I can't just do it. I can't just do it right now. Some people can train their voice to do it. But for me, it's had to come naturally. And before, way back, it would come naturally if a guy was treating me a certain way, and I felt it's just. I suppose many years ago, 10 years ago, I had a significant other that my voice would sometimes get that way. And then there's been a few people I've had sort of crushes on, but the most recent time was with the birds when I would be singing to them, and it's kind of hard to talk about. I'm trying to distance myself emotionally from it as I talk about it, so I don't get overwhelmed because I'm still reeling from that. Yeah, I mean it gets kind of deep. At first I'd cry because it was just I knew I was gonna miss him. Because it's I wasn't gonna take on the whole a greedy mother thing where the mom tries to keep the kid tries to hamper them so that she's not alone, never leaves her side. So I was upset about I was gonna leave, but I was also happy because they'd be able to go out and fly on their own. But anyways, I guess what I'm getting at is didn't turn out that way. But when I was singing to him, my voice would drop into this sort of tone that I can't just replicate. And so it comes from like something deep inside. And it was something nurturing. In the shadow video, it talks about how we need things to bring out that those aspects of quality that are hidden deep within, and really like that's hidden deep within because my life is rough and people treat me like shit generally. Like, even if it's like they'll tolerate me. That's about the most I can ask for. A few people, they treat me okay, or they even treat me good. But no one treats me like I'm a female or like I'm feminine or anything like that. Like, it's just how it is. And if I'm around guys, they expect me to like, and necessarily expect me to act like how they act, but I still gotta pass the guy test. I still gotta deal with the blah blah blah. Like, it's like no one's holding my hand or any kind of shit like that. So it really only comes out for those that, at this point, I've learned my mistakes from dating and whatnot, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. Well, not really that. I'm trying to keep with the shadow, like, in that video, they talk a lot about, well, not a lot, about, it's brought up multiple times, though, the difference between contradiction and paradox. And I feel like I'd be more along on the paradox, or trans people as a whole are more on the contradiction level, because they're like if I try and say I'm a woman, and I say you have to say I'm a woman, that's like it's creating a contradiction in nature, and like that's where people really get honest about. Whereas if I accept myself as I am, like I'm trans, tranny, whatever, a feminine male, it's a paradox. But paradoxes are, well, I can't put it as good as the video, so I'm gonna just leave it that link in the description. Go backwards. A lot of the there's a lot of it's monk mode, but then I was thinking like maybe nun mode is a thing, like a female equivalent, and so I looked up nun mode. Do yourself a favor and either like don't look that up or look it up. Like, it was not expected to get what I got in the search. But a lot of the male health videos, it's like get girls. I almost say guys, because like that's like I'd rather have like a husband or something. But a lot of it's get girls, and then there's also a bit of like don't chase girls. So really, it's not get girls. It's just don't chase them and focus on yourself, and like. But then a lot of it is also like it's about trying to guys are left out of relationships a lot, like, or they're lost in the pursuit of trying to find a relationship. So that's just kind of my circumstances, because any guy that like takes interest to me is gonna get rejected by his family and his friends and all that shit. So to me, that's like a dead avenue. And I looked up trans dating real quick, and don't really have too many memories of that. I mean, just like trans people thinking that they are women, but there's a lot of another thing I do remember is that the fact that like we aren't women, but like men aren't allowed to love us for who we are, that actually creates a lot of the pressure to like try to force ourselves and to like beat it into our own heads that we are women, so we don't feel that rejection so much, or that so we can feel like we're like worthy of love. So a lot of our mental illness is actually caused by the repression in society. Someone on one of these videos in a comment, they said something to the effect of like women's egos have gotten so bad because they have a whole bunch of men simping for them and like validating them, weak men in particular. And that really made me think, is there a correlation to like trans people and their egotisticalness, because they have like the whole woke ass left like validating all the bullshit And then that's like pushed by like probably George Soros. I'm just throwing that name out there because he's behind everything. But if not George Soros, then like there's this somebody up in the higher echelons of people that want to manipulate the world, and they're gonna scapegoat us and throw us under the bus first chance they get. Like bet. But right now they'll get the masses to validate us into like being hyper narcissistic and contradictions, so that they can point the finger instead of being the paradox that we are, which is like good because paradoxes can be reconciled. I think it was, oh geez, Niels Bohr. Or, I'm tired. It was one of the main scientists that was kind of opposed, like not opposed to Einstein, but he was like kind of the other side of the coin. And he's like, he said something about like there's a paradox. Like now we're in it. Like great, that's awesome because now we can figure something out. So let's see, I got 2 minutes left. I try to fill these videos out. Like I'm gonna hit a dead pause for a minute. So if you want to click off, whatever. This is partly practice too. It's also so I can get some damn sleep. Like, because I mean I don't I guess for my agenda for tomorrow I did a little bit of working out though. Like one of the guys like it really motivated me and stuff. And I mean I did a little bit of working out. I'm more of a night hawk, definitely. I'm not about to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I more likely like stay up that late, I guess, because it's past 6 now. Today I'm gonna wake up. I just need to be up by like 2 p.m. I just need to get a decent little bit amount of sleep, and then I'm gonna go visit my family for a day or two at tops, and then I'm gonna finish getting like, I guess I already got this stuff backed up. Cause like right now I really need some tarps. I have like no money. I have a few pennies. Like literally I'm down to pennies. It's whatever. And I have about a minute left. Yeah, so I'm gonna go visit my family. I know a lot of my family I don't visit or talk to just because like being trans, like it's like you lose that. So a lot of people think we have an easy street, and like we are, like it makes you automatically weak. Like no, I've got to deal with a lot of shit. Like it's a fucking struggle. It's a stubborn ass struggle to be who I am. That's fine though. That's why my voice stays like dark and brooding a lot. I do have a bit of like a lion's roar. Like it comes out like if I'm like really pissed, or like it's just, yeah, I can like turn up the decibels and my voice gets really deep. So I guess this video summarizing is going to be about trans stuff. Something about paradoxes and the other word I used. I don't know, I'll figure it out in the description. I'll link the thing. And didn't try to do my makeup or anything because, just going out there. So I guess that's it. Bye.